"You're a disappointment," my father spat, his pen slashing across the trust fund documents. "She's a lawyer. You're just playing with computers in your apartment." He didn't even look at me as he signed everything over to my sister Claire. I didn't argue. I just smiled and left. I remember that smile. It wasn't defiance. It was containment, the quiet kind that comes before the storm. Back then, I still called him Dad, and Claire still called me brother. We used to build Lego towers on the living room floor, taking turns pretending to be architects. She wanted to design laws. I wanted to design worlds. He always liked her more, the golden child with perfect posture and rehearsed charm. I was the quiet one who saw things differently. Computers were my escape, my way to build what I couldn't have. When our mother died, the little warmth that existed in the house evaporated. Claire filled the silence with success. I filled it with code. The difference is, her world was made of words. Mine was made of systems. And systems, unlike people, are predictable. The day I discovered the betrayal, it was almost anticlimactic. I had been debugging a security algorithm for a startup when I stumbled upon familiar code. My code, line for line. Even my hidden signature buried in the back end. EDEN Project 2019. Only this wasn't my startup anymore. It was hers. Claire had taken my prototype, a decentralized ledger system I'd built 3 years ago, and pitched it as her own. My father had funded it. Investors had lined up. And just like that, the disappointment had built the foundation for their empire. I didn't confront her. I congratulated her. Then I started building. Quietly. Not code, this time infrastructure. The real kind. I created a holding company in Singapore, an umbrella entity under which I started acquiring small firms, data analytics, server security, compliance auditing. Nobody noticed, nobody cared. But piece by piece, I built my web. Then I started buying shares in their company. Not directly, of course, through shell accounts, silent partners, algorithmic trades. My software did the work. By the time their startup went public, I owned 27% of it. They didn't know. 3 years. That's how long it took. 3 years of silence, planning, and surgical patience. 3 years of watching my sister on magazine covers, my father smiling beside her, both bathing in the glow of stolen success. And then came the IPO ceremony, a grand ballroom in New York, gold banners, journalists, camera flashes. Claire on stage, radiant, rehearsed. My father in the front row, pride radiating off him like heat. I stood at the back. No spotlight, no name tag, just another investor in a tailored suit. When she started her speech, "Innovation runs in our family," I almost laughed. Halfway through, the financial director approached her, whispering something urgent. Her smile faltered. She glanced toward the projection screen as the live stock data refreshed. My system had just triggered the event. A press release from my holding company hit the wire. EDEN Technologies announces acquisition of controlling interest in Lucent Ledger Inc. Their company, her company, mine now. The murmurs began. Investors' heads turned. My father's proud expression twisted into confusion. Claire froze. And that's when I walked forward. Calm, collected, deliberate. Her eyes met mine. Recognition. Panic. Rage. "Ethan?" she breathed. "Good to see you, Claire," I said softly. "I'm here to ensure the family legacy stays in capable hands." I extended my hand. She didn't take it. The cameras caught everything. The silence, the dawning horror, the shift of power. Later, after the ceremony, I found my father in the corridor, staring at the screen showing market updates. Lucent Ledger stock had skyrocketed under the announcement. He looked at me like he didn't recognize me. How did you? I was just playing with computers in my apartment, I said. Remember? He didn't answer, just lowered himself into a chair, as if the air had left him. I didn't feel joy, just equilibrium. The world had corrected itself. That night, I stood on the balcony of the penthouse suite the company had booked for me, the new CEO. The city shimmered below, cold and endless. I poured a drink and watched the ticker crawl across the building opposite mine. Lucent Ledger acquired by E-Den Technologies. I'd named it E-Den for a reason. Ethan's Den, the place I'd been cast out of, now rebuilt in my image. Funny how people only see the surface. They think revenge is anger. It's not. It's precision. It's patience. When I left that day, when he called me a disappointment, I wasn't walking away in defeat. I was walking away to build a world where I'd never need their approval again. At the board meeting the next morning, Claire sat across from me, no longer the star, just another shareholder. Her eyes were red, but she said nothing.